Good morning. Hi, everybody. Always adjusting. We don't want to look at the ceiling. Jess Jones might get mad. Whoa! Great way to start a video. All right, this is why I come on early, so I can do all the adjusting. Even though everybody in replay has to sit through it. Okay, I'm trying to do this with natural lighting today. Because it's a beautiful day and who wants to see all the lights on, right? So we're going to talk about abundance today. I'm going to give everybody about 3 minutes to hop on. In the meantime, good morning, Tiffany. Dylan's here. Good morning, Lori. In the meantime, what are the temperatures where you're at? It's like 65 here in New Jersey. It is overcast. Hey, Jan. It is overcast. I should put the clock in front of me so I don't have to keep turning. Oops. This is why it's hot, huh, Lori? This is why I start early. Good morning, Crystal. Good morning, Jennifer. Tiffany, you're at 56 in New Hampshire. Awesome. Okay. Give it a couple of minutes and then we're going to talk about abundance. And as you know, my videos have been a little stingy lately, and I think it's based on, no, I know it's based on what I would say to my children is don't make me repeat myself. And if we're not stinging and if we're not feeling pain, we're not learning, right? So oh my God, it is super like damp down here. Okay, never mind the hair, let's go. Okay. Oh, good morning, Michelle. Chris is here. Good morning, Chris. About to go to gym, parked and 2 blue jays flew on a tree right in front of my car, just looking at me. Oh, I hope they didn't poop, Crystal. Hey, Caitlin. That's a nice story. I like your story. I don't know why I'm having technical difficulties today, but I am. So, hey Diane, Diane's here. I was talking about your daughter a little bit earlier. 1 more minute and we are going to get started. We're going to talk about abundance today. That is the key inquiry that I get is how do you achieve the things, no poop, just looking at me, that's awesome. How do you achieve not me like that, but this is the question I get is how do you get, good morning, Chris. Hey, Deanna, I'm getting breakfast with Maddie since we had an early doctor's appointment, then dropping him off at school. Awesome, Tiffany. If anybody wants to know where Tiffany is, I hope your breakfast was good. Stacy, I know you guys. Jan's here. Hey, everybody. Andrea's here. Wow, there's a lot more people here than I thought was going to be just because it's kind of mid-morning and zero warning. Wow, I just made a rhyme. All right, we are ready to go. Let's talk about manifesting. Hi, Alex. Oh, do I see you today, Alex? Okay, so today when I was in, because you know this all starts in my meditation and my writing and my reading. Oh, nice. You know this, oh my God. I set it up exactly how I always set it up, but for some reason, I'm having dysfunction today. Anyway, aloha. Aloha. Okay, no squirrels today, we're teaching. Hey, Robin, how are you? Okay, so we want to talk about abundance. Now, that is what I was starting to say is that is like the #1 inquiry I have. Okay, how is it, Karen, that you, and I apologize, I'm going to try to not look at the comments for a minute because that's how I squirrel and I really want to get this all out. The #1 question I get is how do you, Karen, attract abundance? Like how do you do that? Like how do you get to travel wherever you want to travel? And I put a few nuggets out there on how to attract things such as travel. I have put nuggets out there on how to attract the job that you want or the life that you want. I put nuggets out there on how to attract the vehicle you want or the home that you want. Today I'm not going to get full blown into the law of attraction, but I'm gonna touch on it a little bit. For those of you who don't know who I am Karen Whisperer. I am a psychic medium based in New Hampshire. That's where my office is, in Concord, New Hampshire, but I travel the country, which is what I'm currently doing. I am coming to you live from Parsippany, New Jersey. And again, I apologize, I'm watching, but I'm going to ask for questions at the end. I'm going to try to keep it short, but I was doing my meditation and my reading and my writing today. And I knew I had the morning off, we should say. Everybody's like, oh, you have the morning off? Yeah, that's when you'll be hearing from me, because I'll be scheduling, I'll be confirming, I'll be changing dates, whatever. It's what I spend my downtime doing. And I might actually get outside today, but I do have the morning off. So in my meditation, I asked, how can I serve today? Other than doing my sessions, because that is the service that I provide, and I'm guided by Spirit, the Divine, whomever your higher power is, to do those things. But it's hard for me to get up and have like a morning where I'm not serving, okay? So I said, how can I serve today? And Facebook Live, I'm pretty sure that Spirit or Source or whoever knows about Facebook. It's the weirdest thing, but it's true. Anyway, so how can I serve today? Get on there, answer some questions, and what I heard in my meditation, and I wrote it down, I heard tell stories. Opportunity to tell stories, I'm going to take it, right? So you know me, and I have stories, but I want to preface it with a couple of things. One of the things that came to me today was accepting the things you can't change. Why fight them? Why spend that kind of energy? And it's funny that it came to me in meditation. Well, it's not funny, it's typical. It came to me in meditation, and then I pulled a card that said exactly that, accepting the things you cannot change. And for those of you who know about this 12-step process, you know that's one of the steps. But this is more... I mean, it can go there, but this is more day-to-day kind of, we all don't work within this 12-step process, but working in our own process, okay? So accepting the things you can't change, because that is what's keeping you stuck, okay? One of the things. Why fight it? Why spend that energy? If you can take the energy you are using to try to make people, things, experiences change to fit you, you are wasting energy on attracting what you do want, right? Because we're kind of bumping up against it, and we're kind of saying, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. And if you know the secret, the law of attraction, the universe only knows this. And so if you keep obsessing about it, it keeps coming to you, okay? Whether you're saying don't want or want, okay? All the universe hears is the thought about it, okay? So don't push up against things that you don't like, okay? And again, abundance just doesn't happen overnight. Well, yeah, it kind of does, but you have to clear these things. And I'm going to tell you a story that is going to back this up. Success is hard. It's not easy. If it was easy, there'd be a lot more trillionaires in this world, gazillionaires. But if you're willing to put in the work, and some of it is just spiritual and emotional work. It's not like you don't have to run up and down Route 46 in Parsippany, New Jersey to be successful, okay? It's mindset. It starts here first. No word of a lie, you guys. I learned this. I learned it by trial and error, okay? It's personal, emotional, physical, and spiritual. You cannot leave any of those elements out. You just can't. It can cause pain. It can. It can cause pain along the way. Many of my motivational things that I listen to in the morning, and that's the first thing I do, I go on there and I'm listening to something that's going to get my day started. Sometimes, depending on when I wake up, no, not depending on when I wake up. When I wake up, depending on if I'm feeling a little draggy maybe or unfocused, I will put on immediately like a motivational, I'm going to punch you in the face for 15 minutes, okay? And then I will go to something a little more subtle And like I said the other day, if you aren't, if you don't have something on the morning that in the morning that's feeding your mind, or if you don't have something on in the morning that is giving you positive vibes for the day, you guys, you're missing out. I have said this before, and I have had people say to me, "Well, I'm busy rushing around the house." You know what? You have time to check in on Facebook. Put that friggin' phone in your pocket. Like if you've got your house coat on, or a sweater, or even a sweatshirt or whatever, put it on and put it in your pocket. You don't have to hold it the whole time, or set it down somewhere that you can hear it, and have something going in the background, guys, because that's what's feeding your mind first thing in the morning. Don't turn on the goddamn news. You don't want to hear that. That's a mess. That is a mess. And if you start your day with that, the news, I promise you, that's how your day is going to spin. And who wants that, right? I don't. So anyway, so I start out with the motivational. I start out with the punch in the face if I need a punch in the face in the morning. And then I go into, like I said, something a little more subtle, talking about abundance, or attracting what you want, or clearing blocks. You know, I always say this: Les Brown, Lisa Nichols, Michael Bernard Beckwith. There's many of them. Lewis Brown, Les Brown and Lewis somebody or other. There's so many, you guys. YouTube is an amazing thing. And granted, I know some of them have those stupid commercials in them, but it's worth it just to have it going, while you're doing your morning thing. It's setting the tone for the day, especially for those of you who claim you don't have 10 minutes to meditate in the morning. If you can't meditate, get something feeding that brain first thing in the morning with what you want your day to be like. Not the bullshit on the TV, okay? And not the bullshit on Facebook. Okay. So, so one of my motivational people always says, fall forward. Les Brown always says, if you're going to fall on your back, because as long as you can look up, you can get up. Okay. It takes 9 no's to get a yes. Okay. That's just a theory of success. This morning, Wayne Dyer said, well, he didn't say because he's dead, but, well, maybe he did, but following your path for success involves unquestionable willingness. My palm itches. Does that mean I'm coming into money, squirrel? Involves unquestionable willingness to endure the slings and arrows that could come your way, whether it's from your family, your friends, people that you thought were your friends. Wayne Dyer says, I'll say it again, and write this down if you got a pen and paper. Following your path for success involves unquestionable, unwaverable willingness to endure the slings and arrows that could come your way. And you know what, guys? Sometimes those biggest arrows are going to come from people that you thought were your friends or are your friends. And I don't need to get into that today, but just keep your circle small and keep protected. Know your tribe and stay there. Stay in your own lane. Blah, blah, blah. On that, you will see me every now and again posting about things that may be a little bit offensive to you. But the thing is that, thank you, Honey Rose. Oh, YouTube Red, I never heard of it. Okay. I have posted to this a couple of times recently, and because it is becoming very offensive. There is nothing more flattering when anybody, and again, it's none of you on this video, that's always the way, but hopefully this person will see it, or persons actually. There is nothing more flattering or more validating than to have somebody share my work, okay? Share a live that I did, share a quote that I did, share a anything that I created, okay? Not something I shared, good morning, Carrie, not something I shared off of the internet, but something that is my personal thoughts that are coming to me through my guides. When I see those things shared somewhere else, and I am psychic and I do see it, without my name attached to it, my father used to say, mimicking is the highest form of flattery, which is fine, but on the World Wide Web, please, all I ask is that you attach my name to it, because those things came to me through my guidance, and I am blessed that you want to share them. Just put my name on them. And it's not that I need people to come to me. I have plenty of people, but at least honor where it came from. Don't take something that somebody else got through their guidance or through their spirit guides or whatever. See, stand by, sorry. And make it your own. It's offensive. I've tried several times to stop it nicely. It's very offensive. It's basically stealing. And I know that sounds very like a large word for a small thing. But you will never catch me stealing things off of your page, okay? If it's public on the World Wide Web, that's one thing. But you guys, when I come on here and I say something, and again, it's not you guys, it's the people that watch it after. When I say something on here, and these are my thoughts that I've gotten through spirit, I would expect at least attach a KW to it, or Karen W, or Karen Whisperer. That is my knowing, and that is my understanding. And I own that, right? And I know it sounds terribly egotistical, but it is very offensive to see it, and it's happening daily. So that's enough about that. Anyway, okay, who wants a story? Thank you for all the hearts, Stacy. Thank you, everybody, for the hearts. And you know, it's hard for me to say those things because I'm not that person, but I reach a limit to where I will put an end to it, and people are going to be offended, but I've asked for it to stop, and I will make it stop. Like, you know, I'm going to trust that it's going to stop, and I'm not going to stay hung up there. Okay, so let me tell you a story, okay? And I am going to do a card. Let me tell you a story. I've talked a lot about my spiritual advisor packages. Now, people are like, well, can I buy one session? Can I just have one session? I just need an hour. Guys, if you think you're going to fix your history, or if you're a female, herstory, if you think you are going to fix that in 60 minutes, less the time that we're saying hello, blah, blah, blah. If you think you're going to fix that in 53 minutes, I got a newsflash for you. It's not going to happen. So the reason I have been guided to do the packages is because it is a more than a 53-minute fix. I'm finding that I'm working with folks for 53 minutes, and the following week I'm repeating the exact same thing because they're messaging me and going, oh, well, that worked for a week, but it's not really working right now. Well, no kidding. No kidding. You didn't put in the work, okay? Getting well emotionally, physically, spiritually is not a 53-minute job, I promise you, because it took you more than 53 minutes to get this way, okay? And it's not that we're all bad. It is, Stacy, it's like, fix me in an hour. Angie's got the solution. Fix me in an hour. And it's true. Stacy, like, people are like, for real. Or sometimes, like I talked about in the last video, the messages. I don't know what to do about this situation. I always come to you for guidance. You always have some wisdom, blah, blah, blah. And then the following day you're going, I know, but you didn't hear me. Either that or I didn't punch it into your head enough. If you want to get well, if you want to make progress, and if you want to be abundant, which is what this video is about, abundant in all areas of your life, it takes work. Whether you do the work with me or you do the work with somebody else, you gotta put in the work, okay? I saw a meme once that said, I did 12 sit-ups today and can't understand why I don't have a 12-pack. Right? Exactly, Lori. So you got to put in the work. And again, this is not about me. This is not about my packages, but I want to show you how progress is made, okay? I had a client down here in Jersey, and she had seen me originally. I think the first time I came, she had seen me for a pet session. And she knows her story is going to be shared. But I know she's not on here because she can't watch my lives for some reason. But she will watch the replay. And she came to me for a pet session, and then following that, I would say had a, spiritual guidance, spiritual advisor session. And maybe another one after that. I've been coming to Jersey for about a year now, I think. And maybe one after that. And we worked on little things. But then we say goodbye, and it's 4 or 5 months before we see each other again. And we meet again. And I find that we're kind of talking about the same things, but yet in a different avenue, okay? So here's a person who, when I give her homework, she does her homework. And she puts her heart and soul into it. Real important. Because when I say homework, that means like do this stuff at home, you guys. Like do it on your own time. Don't tell me you don't have time. You've got time. Because if you're watching me or you're on Facebook, and I see you, I see everybody. If you're watching me and you're on Facebook and you're conversely telling me you don't have time, or you're, I love this one. I love this one. Or, oh, I don't have the money. I don't have the money. Oh boy. All right. Well, let me see what my next paycheck is. Maybe if I have the money, I will spend that money on cleaning up this mess. Everything, okay? Internally. This is my favorite. I love this. Wait for it. I don't have the money. And then, magically, they have a new tattoo. They have their nails are done. Their brows are spot on. And their roots are fixed. And this is not about not money. This is about my hairdressers in New Hampshire, by the way. Okay. Have I made my point? If you do not have the money to work on yourself, don't come to me and tell me you're going to work on yourself, okay? If you don't have the money and you need to do things to work on yourself, the money will be provided. That's part of the law of attraction. It's part of the abundance that I'm talking about. The only reason that money would be blocked is it because you've already got it's spent somewhere else. Okay, I'm getting $100 for my tax return, and this is good. Guys, we're in tax return time. I'm getting $100, and I know people get more than that, but let me just use $100 as an example. Sarah, right? Right, exactly. And so you manifested that birthday gift, right? You wanted a tattoo, and you ended up getting it as a gift, so perfect. That is a perfect example. Oh, oh, oh. Never fails. Okay. And it's not that you guys can see it, but it just like, I don't know. I can't stop looking when somebody messages me. So where were we? Oh, so, okay. If you want to do this work, the money is going to come to you. You put it out to the universe. Somebody said one time, I'm manifesting time with you or something like that. I don't know what that means, but I thought it was very sweet. And I think she's actually on this video. It'll come one of these days. But when it's your time to do something, to take a leap forward, whether it's with me or anybody else, whether it's with me or any other spiritual worker, it doesn't matter who it's with. It's whoever you're drawn to, okay? It doesn't have to be me. I'm just saying do the damn work, okay? And support each other and support yourself. The money will come. If this is what you want, the money will be there, okay? But you gotta want it. And then when the money comes to you, let me use the $100 from your tax return example. Okay, I'm getting a tax return of $1,000. I'm gonna take $900 to pay off bills. Now, how many of you are in this mode right now? I'm gonna take $900 to pay off bills that, oh, I'm just gonna rack those bills back up during the year and need to have $1,800 next year to pay them off. That's a financial block. We need to talk about that too. That's another day. Today we're talking about abundance, not blocks. Okay, $900 is going to go to paying bills and $100 is going to go to me. Oh, congratulations. You honored yourself with 10% of the money that the government took out of your check. And you're getting back. Perfect. That's fine. Because guess what? I know you because you are me at one time, and that's how I know you so well. Next year, if you don't change your ways and attract abundance and fix the things that are broken, you're going to have $1,800 worth of debt to pay off and $50 left for you. I promise, okay? I'm not being negative, I'm being honest, and if it's stinging you, it's probably true for you. Again, I know you because I was you, okay? I was that person. Now I don't get tax returns anymore. Whatever. So I just attract abundance. You know, some people think their tax return is abundance. Maybe. Depends on how your thought process is with that. Anyway, so this is the best part. $100 for me. All right, I'm going to get a session. I'm going to get a session because I'm going to use that $100 out of my tax return to have a session. Yep, definitely. Or I'm going to do a down payment on the package. The package is 10 sessions. I'm going to do a down payment on that. 1-800-MESSAGE-KAREN. 2-3 days, or maybe even the day just before your session. Something came up. I don't have the money. Can anybody guess what that something might be? It's the hair, it's the nails, it's the brows, it's the facial, it's the tanning, it's all those things that you cannot resist to fix the outside. Guess what? Because it's easy. Drop $100 and suddenly you've got a tan. Drop $100 and your roots are gone. Drop $100 and you've got brows, a pedicure, and a manicure. You fix the outside for a minute, but guess what? It doesn't matter how goddamn good your brows, your brows are, your roots are. It doesn't matter if you have the best makeup, because guess what? Inside is still a little gray. You made zero progress. All you did, and I'm Angie, I'll be the first to be all about it. I'll be the first to be materialistic. I'll be the first to do my nails. I'll be the first to put color in my hair. But guess what? I'm also working on the inside at the same time, because I promise you there's a bigger investment going on the inside than there is on the outside. So if you see a big investment on the outside, guess what, you guys? 90 times of what I just spent on the outside, I've spent on the inside. I promise you, whether it's personal growth, whether it's going to a seminar, whether it's going to Agape, whether it's going to a conference or enrolling in a webinar course or something like that, okay? I'm just asking you to get your damn priorities straight. And again, if this is stinging, click off if it's too much. But please come back to it, because the message is for you. If you're clicking off right now, the message is for you, okay? Or you losing service, or you got to work. But chances are or the dog needs to pee or something. But chances are, if you're clicking off because I'm offending you, the message is for you, okay? Or listening to Karen. Yeah. So think about that, you guys. You want to, thanks, Chris. You want to put $100 into your physical outside. How many of you do it? Oh, I've got $100 left. I'm going to get a new tattoo. Guilty. But guess what? If I'm spending $100 on a tattoo, I promise you, I'm spending $900 on personal growth and spiritual growth. No word of a lie. That ratio didn't used to be that way. Trust me. I'd be the first one to be in the tanning bed. This is why I'm being raw and honest. This is why I can beat the shit out of you, because I beat the shit out of her. This girl right here. Always at the tanning bed. Always with the long nails. Always with the pedicures. Always with the color of my hair and the roots. And again, once I get home, this will be done. I promise you. And there'll probably be purple streaks or whatever. But guess what? I just dropped like $500 into personal growth last night, and I'm so excited because that's where it comes from, in here. But I promise you, I had the nails, they were out to here. If you guys knew me a couple of years ago, those nails were out to here. The only reason I don't do it now is because I need these thumbs for talking to y'all. So, yeah, I'd be the first to be fixing this outside. Guess what? Because working on this side, inside, sucked, and it was hard, and it hurt, and it made me cry, and it made it painful, and it made my tummy hurt, and you know, all this. And then we manifest these diseases. We manifest asthma, gone. I got rid of it. I got in the right place. I healed myself. Crohn's disease. That was only 2 years ago, you guys. Well, about 2.5 years ago now. I was diagnosed 10 days in that goddamn hospital with Crohn's disease, and I'm healed. I do not have Crohn's disease anymore. I changed my thinking. I did the work. I asked people for help. I asked for guidance. I sought out what I needed. Yeah, I might have let the roots go for a month because I needed to get the inside fixed. That's the God's honest truth, you guys. What size your house is, what color your hair is, does not matter if the inside is black. Okay? Because guess what? It is not going to say on your tombstone, it is not going to, they're not going to say at your eulogy, I was so blessed to know her roots were always done and her nails were on point. Guys, that's not reality. It's not, it's going to be your reality if people don't do the work, but that's not reality, you guys. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story. I feel like we're at Karen Church again, and it's not even Sunday. All right, what is today? Wednesday? And I do have a live card pull. I've already pulled the card, by the way. And it's going to fit into this, of course. Okay, so, hey, Maria's here. The other grandmother of, I'm just now looking at everything. The other grandmother of my grandchildren, she is the mother of my grandchildren, right, is here. Good to see you. I'm just talking about abundance and manifesting. Okay. And not abundance of grandkids, because I think we've got that covered. All right. Let me give you a story. Okay. And this is a story about what I talked about at the beginning, how piecemealing it together and doing the work gets results. Oh, it's getting hot in here. I am getting fired up. It is like 65 degrees out and I am sweating. Aloha, everybody. Okay. I got here to New Jersey one day last week, maybe, I don't know. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before. Meeting with clients. Okay. I have this one client, and I was talking about her earlier, and then I got all sidetracked and started preaching. I feel like I'm Billy Graham today. I've taken on his spirit. Just kidding. Billy Graham wouldn't be talking about eyebrows. Okay, so this one particular client. So we did her pet session. Back to the story I started to tell. We did the pet session. We did maybe a couple card readings. I honestly don't remember. Okay, couple of suggestions, a little bit of homework. And like I said, here is a client who does the homework. When I give her homework, she does it. She may not report back in a week, but the next time I see her, even if it's 2 months later, she tells me what she did and changes that she made and things that she fixed. So she had those couple of sessions, and we had a little bit of miscommunication about this time, and I had put it out there about Akashic Records. And for those of you who have had an Akashic Record session, you know that it's like a different place that I go. It's almost like a channeling. So typically if I have a mediumship client and then Akashic Records, I don't like to do it that way. I like to just do Akashic Records on one day. Okay, some of you don't know that, some of you do. I feel like something's biting me. Anyway, so she came in, and actually the night before she said I was able to move my session up. And this was last week. I was able to move my session up, and can we do Akashic Records? And immediately my brain went to, okay, let me look and see what I have for mediumship, blah, blah, blah. Because again, it's just a different meditation that I do. It's a different mode I get in. You know, it's a whole different modality. But I said, you know what? Because there's a, like I talked about when I did the live on the Akashic Records, and if you didn't see it, go back and look on my wall. There is a pathway prayer process, okay? And it's how I get into the Akashic Records. I literally have a paper file that I carry around with me because it's so different, right? Sarah, have a great day. It's a different modality, and Akashic Records is something, it's a process. It's not just, I don't just close my eyes and it happens, okay? So I told her that if I can find what I need online, the Pathway Prayer process, we could do Akashic Records. Well, she came in, and of course I forgot, but I looked online and I did find what I needed. So we did it. We did an Akashic Records session. Now here's a client who comes in here and her mind is always so wide open, I feel like I can see through the other side of her skull. Mind is always open. Her heart is always open. It doesn't matter what lesson or what messages come for her. It's always well received. She's always open. She comes in here with zero expectation of what she wants to happen and more about what spirit wants to happen, what needs to happen for personal growth. We do the Akashic Records session. A couple of lifetimes, and as you guys know, when I do this work, a lot of it escapes me, not from forgetfulness, because I'm in another zone when I do it. And we did the Akashic Records session. And when you do a Akashic Records session, I have you write down 3 things or 3 questions or 3 areas, something that, looking at your past lives, current lives or future lives, might help you with right here, this red hot minute, okay? And because again, the Akashic Records are your makeup, okay? It's everything that's happened in the past, it's everything that's going on, and it's everything you're going towards. It is literally a hall of records. And we went into her records, and she recorded the whole thing, thankfully, and I can't remember a lot of her records, but what I do remember is we went into a place that was causing her to be blocked, because one of her questions was, or one of her 3 areas we needed to work on in the Akashic Records is, why am I blocking myself from making more money? What is it? She basically kind of asked it 2 questions the same way, but what is keeping me stuck? Why can't I be abundant? You know, basically, why am I stopping the flow? Why am I blocking? She didn't come in here all egotistical and go, why am I not getting good things? Why can't I be like you? That's not how she came in here. She came in here wondering how she could attract abundance, why she was keeping herself blocked. And guess what? We went into her records and we found it. And we found at least one, okay? Because I can only get into 2 or 3 lives, 2 or 3 of your lives when I'm doing the Akashic Records, and that's a time thing. And I do have many people that do 2-hour Akashic Records just so we can delve into more. And we found that block, and she had actually been very, very independent, but had been sent away due to the practices that she was doing to make her own money. And that lifetime, combined with a couple other things, was keeping her stuck financially. The things that came up during her Akashic Records session, there was a time where, I honestly don't remember exactly, but what it was had ended up manifesting on her skin, and she looked a couple of things up as her homework, and she actually shows where in that past life, the things that happened to her physically, you actually can see on her skin right now in this lifetime. I mean, that's how crazy it is. And oh, I know, she had been sent away in a small boat or something and was left on the water for a long time in the sun, and it actually had affected her skin now. So, but in that time, she was independent, but she was doing the things to keep herself financially stable, okay? But some of the townspeople didn't like the practices that she was doing, and she got sent away. But she continued to be independent where she went. And it scared her. It was very scary for her in those lives, and to talk about it. Well, she went home, she did the homework, and I thought that was going to be it. You know, I'll see you next time when I come down. And 2 days ago, she messaged me and she goes, I was able to get in another time. I just saw her last week, which is great, which is great. Here's a woman who wants to do the work. So what we had done in the Akashic Records is we found where she was stuck, okay? And that's what this process does. We found where she was stuck in a couple of places. Yeah, we could have done probably 3 more and found a few more places, but a lot of the lives were parallel and parallel to her current life and keeping her stuck. So we pulled those things up. She felt it. You got to feel it to heal it. She felt it. There were tears, the whole thing. I don't know what happened when she went home, but I do know she did the work. And I do know she re-listened to the tape. And I do know she thought about a couple of things and it all resonated. I mean, she sent me a message and like everything resonated with her. So she set up a session for yesterday. And she sat down and I said, what are we doing? What do you want to do? She said, I don't know. I don't know. I just need to be here, and whatever we do, we do. Okay. So we started with the cards. And I tapped into my guidance, and I said to her, tell me a little bit about something or other, and I'm not going to talk about it because it's personal. Tell me a little bit about this, because the wisdom card came up and then the solitude card came up. And in the solitude card, in the John Holland deck that I use, the woman's holding a book. And I remember saying to her, do you have a book on deck? Like, is there a book in there somewhere that we haven't let out yet? Well, she humbly says, there's blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. What we did the other day was we opened up some blocks. We cleared some blocks going into your Akashic Records. We cleared those. I sent you home to do some homework. All that's clear. I said, and now we're sitting here and we're looking at the cards, and all of a sudden we came up with 1, 2, 3 different ways for her to make money that she had never thought of. Stuff she was already doing, you know? And it's stuff she knows, and she was just pulling it forward. It was already in her mind, and it's stuff she knew, but never had thought about making money that way. Here is somebody who did a traditional job for many, many years in an office setting, and that doesn't resonate with her anymore. So she does some dog walking, but wants to be abundant, wants the abundance to flow, and isn't feeling it right now because, you know, there's only so many hours in the day and a dog only has to pee so many times. So even though it can be an expanding business, it is limiting, again, because there's only so many hours in the day. So, and you can only charge what everybody else is charging. So one of the things we came up with for her to do, which I'm not going to get into because it's her idea. I mean, all I did was use the cards and buggered it out of her. It was her idea. She actually was already doing it, but she had done this service for free. And I said, my God, doing this, you can get at least $100 an hour doing that professionally. Put yourself out there. You know, you don't even have to start a business. Just put an ad out there, word of mouth, put it on Facebook. Then the creativity card came up. And I'm like, I didn't know this about you. Are you creative? What is it? So we've already got the book that was in her head. That came out. The secondly was that other thing that she had done for somebody for free. And I said for her to start charging for it, like she could do it professionally, word of mouth, $100 an hour. Are you kidding me? And that's the low end. I'm pretty sure that she could probably charge more than that. So there's 2 things right there of how to manifest. Just Stewart. Jenny's here too. Hey, Jenny. Hey, Kim. I haven't looked up. Harry's here. Sorry, I get so squirrely that I just have to not look at you guys for a second. But I love, hi, everybody. I love it. I love seeing you all on here. And again, go back and watch the replay because a lot of the best content already happened. Here I am, 40 minutes in again. So we came up with the first idea that she hadn't even thought of. No, the first thing we came up was with the book that's already in her head. And then I was guided through my intuition and through my guides to give her a couple of suggestions where the book she has in her head actually can come out in other forms. And again, I'm not going to talk about it because it's her private thing. But so there's 3 things around the book. Then and I don't know how, it was us manifesting abundance for her together. It was us being in the moment and pulling all this stuff out. And she brought it up. She said, I did blah, blah, blah for such and such a person. And I said, you charge them, right? And she's like, no. And I said, okay, well, that's the freebie, but you need to talk to them and have them put like a testimonial out or tell their friends that this is a service that you offer. And again, I was like working with my guides. I got my notebook and I'm like, you're in at like $100 an hour to do this. Like, how many dogs do you have to walk to make $100 an hour? That was the second thing. Then I pulled the creativity card and I said, I don't think I know this about you. And again, I've only known her for probably less than a year and I've seen her probably 5 or 6 times. I don't think I know this about you. Where's the creativity? What do you do? What do you make? And she told me, oh, well, I kind of do this maybe for gifts or whatever. And, you know, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's something. You charge $25 a whack for those things that you're making. 4 things, you've got $100. And you could probably make 5 or 6 in an hour. Guys, $150 for an hour? So my point is this. We went in, we did the Akashic Records last week. And here's a woman who just, like, literally, I could be like, okay, well, to be abundant, you got to paint your car. She'd go paint her a car. She knows it's not me. She trusts the process. She trusts the guidance that I receive because it has served her. Okay? She comes in here open. She doesn't want me to say a certain thing like, oh, you're going to win the lottery and be rich. But she trusts the process of tapping into my guides to guide her to where she wants to be. Remember, in the Akashic Records, she said, why, one of her questions was, why am I blocked? Why do I not have financial abundance? Why can't I manifest the money that I desire? She went in humble. We went into the Akashic Records. We buggered out why she was stuck. The following session, just yesterday, 3 ideas opened up. I've been working with this woman for almost a year, but we weren't working on those things. 3 ideas opened up of things she can do to make money, and we're talking at the low end, $100 an hour. Things she didn't even realize that she was already doing or gifting to people or doing for free that she can charge money for. This is how we attract abundance, but we are not going to get abundance because this video is about abundance. We're not going to get there if we don't do the work, okay? Vision boards are great. Oh, by the way, vision boards are great, but by the way, we're at February what? 20th? 21st? I just checked off 2 more things on my vision board. We're 6 weeks in, you guys. That's like 8 things I've already checked off. It's not because that I'm better than anybody else, but it's because I believe in the process, and guess what? I do the work. I do the homework. I do the webinars. I do the spiritual cleansing. I do all that because it's all that crap that's keeping you stuck. You know, go ahead and get your roots done and go ahead and, you know, put color in your hair and go ahead and get your nails done and go tanning with your tax return. But I promise you guys, all that's going to go away in 30 days. And where did you get on the inside? Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. And the 900 you're putting towards bills, and again, that's another live. The 900 you're putting towards bills, what's to stop you from incurring those bills again next year and having to put 1,800? You know, when you're in that mindset, that's what's going to happen. You're going to pay it off, and you're going to start right all over. But again, that's debt resolution. We'll do that another time. Okay, so have I made my point clear? Oh my God, I cannot believe how long I talk on these things. I should do webinars, but I don't know how. Did you hear that excuse? I should do webinars, but I don't know how. That was an excuse. Okay, so probably many of you are on here for a live card pull. I know people had to get off to work. I know that people are in different time zones. Please, if you're watching the replay, put replay in. You know, abundance isn't overnight. Yes, you can attract what you want, but it's not an overnight thing. You have to do the work, whether it's with me or it's with somebody else that you are led to. It doesn't happen in 53 minutes. Oh, Jess, you're the best. It doesn't happen in 53 minutes. I promise you. You know, and a lot of the magic happens when you're not here. We open up things. You know, hopefully last night she went home and she started writing what I told her to do. She started writing and came up with 6 more ideas. Who knows, right? Expansion is limitless. Abundance is limitless. Limitless. Your beliefs are the only thing keeping you stuck. Your beliefs and what's in here. That stuff that you wish to hang on to, or the choices you make to, fix the exterior when the interior is getting pretty rusty. Okay? I know a lot of this is gonna have stung and people clicked off and it got hurtful and painful, and life is pain. Without pain, you don't have success. Fall forward. Okay? As long as you're making progress, that's all. But if you find that you're taking your tax return and doing the same thing with it every year and you have made zero progress and your debts are still the same when you go to file next year, that's a problem. Okay? You got to be making more money, which is easy. It's easy, you guys. Trust me, it's easy. You've got to be making more money and you've got to be incurring less debt. Okay? And those are the things that I have been guided to talk about. Those are the things that I've been led to teach. But it's not going to happen in a 40-minute Facebook video. I'm barely scratching the surface, you guys. And it's not that I am trained or I have a PhD in anything. I have a nothing and nothing. But what I do have is supreme guidance from my higher power, and that's where it all comes from. And I would love, love, love to feed every one of you that. But you know what? You got to have your mouth open for the choo-choo train to come in. The choo-choo train's coming. Okay? As Les Brown says, you got to be hungry. If you're not hungry, there's no point. Okay? I'm not just going to give you an appetizer and send you on your way. I promise you. You need to have all 5 courses. Okay? That's 5-course meal. Okay? Which is 10 sessions. And again, I set it at 10 sessions because I've always been doing it that way, but I was really led to, I had to put a limit, you know what I mean? So it's not infinity, because there comes a point where I got to kick you out of the nest and say, fly, birdie, fly. Okay? All right, dears. I am going to pull a card and then be done. A complete hour once again. But I love it because people watch it in little, people watch them in little segments, so we did pretty good with natural lighting too. Okay, I already pulled the card. It's this morning's card, which you see I didn't do one on Facebook if you noticed, but I pulled it and I said, you know what? If I'm led to do a live this morning, I'm going to do the card live too, okay? So it's not going to come up in print for you to share, but you can share the video, which reminds me, I have to pull winners for the last 2. Okay, so the card today is New Life. Card number 39. New life. And if you know what the 9 is, that's the endings. 9 is endings. Okay. So the card is New Life. Now, when I do them on my Facebook wall, I only give you the oracle message, okay? And when I read them to you, they have different sections, protection, everything else. So I'm going to start at the beginning. New life. Essential meaning, birth of new ideas. I had forgotten what card I pulled. Oh my God. Does that, hey Robin. I feel like I could yell and you'd still hear me. She's just down the street. New life. I'm glad you hopped on right now, Robin. This is perfect. New life. Birth of new ideas, growth, opportunities, a breath of fresh air, life renewing itself. Yay, she's back from jazzercise. Life renewing itself, okay? This is what I was just talking about, clearing the clutter on the inside so you can get the birth of new ideas, growth, opportunities, a breath of fresh air, life renewing itself. The oracle messages, when spring awakens the world, and doesn't it feel like spring? This is an awesome card for today. When spring awakens the world, joy and excitement can be felt all around and in your very core. Blossoms burst from trees overnight. Birds return home and sing their glorious song. And nature is full of promise. Miracles beckon on all of us. This is one of those times in your life when the new ideas inspire you and new opportunities bring you hope for seeing your dreams come true. All is well in your world, and you have the energy you need to feel renewed. Allow your heart to fill with enthusiasm. Let your light shine, for this is a time of good fortune. Relationship. New energy enters old relationships, and new relationships are bursting with the sweetness and vibrancy only encountered when winter gives way to spring. Oh my God, this is so perfect. Even though it's not really spring, we're getting a taste of it. This is a time to connect with others and share excitement, passion, and hearts full of joy. This card is a very auspicious sign with respect to love and partnership in all forms. Prosperity message. You have every reason to be optimistic right now as things seem to fall into place magically. Oh my God. Did one of the pictures for this live say believe in magic? It was my Tink picture from 6 years ago. New opportunities remind you that abundance is available to you. This is so messed up, you guys. I pulled this card like 3 hours ago. I totally forgot that that's what it was. But just how Spirit would have it is what I just talked about is coming up in the card. Crazy. Remind you that abundance is available to you. Delight in the bounty that begins to appear in surprising forms. Surprise! Stay curious and know that your hopes and dreams are being fulfilled. It's as if new life suddenly infuses your projects, work, and creative ideas. Oh my God, I can't stand it. I gotta get off of here because I got work to do. With an electricity that crackles with exciting potential. Fortune is smiling on you. Protection message. You must acknowledge your inexperience and gently allow yourself to be like the delicate new bud opening. Sweet Lord, this is what I was just talking about. You don't know everything. Everybody has work to do. Everybody has work to do. You must acknowledge your inexperience and gently allow yourself to be like the delicate new bud opening. It's okay to admit you may not know something. You are at the beginning of things and haven't yet hit your stride. Be immersed in the newness of it all. And don't try to rush the learning process. New life has its own timetable for maturity. Be here now. Life loves you. Are you friggin' kidding me? That card was amazing for what I was just talking about. All right, you guys, I am going to run. Apparently, I've got work to do. I'm excited. Guys, the work is never done. The work is never, ever done. If people think that I just come on here and ramble on and on, are you kidding me? Like, I've spent an hour in medication. I might need medication. In meditation, writing, learning, reading. Like, I've spent an hour doing that. Plus, I've listened to all my motivational stuff for this morning. By the time you see me, I'm like 2 hours in of doing self-awareness and growth. And therefore I have taken up an hour of your time. But do the work, guys. Whether you do it with me, whether you do it with somebody else, and I'm going to give a plug to Robin right now because she's on here. If it's business related, follow that girl right there. Robin Caruso has got it going on, Boss Girl 101. Follow her lives. I share them when she comes on. If it's business-wise, whether it's your home business, multi-level marketing, direct sales, whatever it is, she's got the tips to get you going. You know, that's her expertise. I'll give you the spirit stuff. She'll give you the business stuff. Okay, that's it, guys. I am going to, I almost said pass out. I am going to end now, and I love you. Thank you all for those of you who hung in for the whole thing. I appreciate it. I know some of you had to work. I know some of you had to play, but I see those hearts. I see you guys, and I feel sad for those who felt that they were hurt or stung and had to get off of this live because something I said hit them so hard that they're bruised. But that's okay. They'll heal. And then they'll go back and listen to it and be like, oh my God, she had a point. And again, this isn't my wisdom. This is wisdom that I receive from my higher power. I'm just the mouthpiece, just the voice piece. Okay. Hey, Christy. I'm going to go. Christy, you're going to have to catch the replay, and it's a long one, so sorry. I have to go, but I love you all. Thank you, and I'm very blessed to know. I couldn't do this without you guys. I don't say that just to hear myself talk. I could not do this without the support of you guys. Like and share if it resonates, okay? All right, I'll talk to y'all soon.